What's up guys, Duarte here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and today we are going to take a look at node number 4 of Dark Dimension 3. This was on my first run, and this was a very special node because it was when I was finally able to unlock more than 5 characters. Before I only had Hela, Sif, Ultron, Magneto and Symbiote Spider-Man, and that's it. I did all the 3 nodes with those 5 characters, but then I noticed yeah, strategy alone was not doing it. It was harder and harder to do combos with Hela and Magneto. It was still possible, but especially on this node it was just massive, the amount of cooldowns that we would take on the first turn, and then it was a huge problem. So I finally unlocked Phoenix at Gear Tier 14 and the Black Bolt as well. So I just tried to make a combo with them, but as you saw, this node, the 4th node from the free-for-all nodes, is so hard. It was impossible even to do the Phoenix special. What you can do about this node is using 1 or 2 characters to sacrifice, so the enemies spend their cooldowns, and then you go with a team that you think it's going to be suitable to do some damage. Because as you are watching on the screen, the first attacks, they were miserable, not even 1 million damage. But that's the thing, as you go you start to learn. And the other thing about having more than 5 characters is that you can do 2 attacks every day, right? But as you can see, second attack of the day, 17,000. So miserable. But as you saw, Sif at 4 red and 6 yellow was still able to get some damage. Now she's at 7 yellow, 5 red, so on the second run she'll be way more useful. And these were things that I was thinking about and still fixing the strategy. And then you see the first attack that is legit, 12 million. So you are going from not being able to do even 1 million to do 12 million. So yeah, Phoenix helped a lot, but as soon as we have the combo of Magneto and Hela, and then Symbiote Spider-Man extending the blinds, is just amazing. And thanks to that, we were able to do all that massive damage. 12 million is just amazing. And I think in one of the attacks I was even on very high on the leaderboard. Of course, now with better teams, people have been able to do more damage, but I think no one has been able to one-shot this node, because the first attacks that you do is just insane, the amount of damage that they deal to you. It's just way too many cooldowns. Maybe with Emma Frost you might be able to do a little bit more on the first attacks, but still is really hard. But as you can see, you do the combo Magneto and Hela, spread the blinds to everyone, extend them with Symbiote Spider-Man, and with that you just start your rampage with Ultron, all the bots coming out giving buffs to Symbiote Spider-Man, Hela, Magneto, Phoenix, and Phoenix with offense up on her ultimate. As you guys should know, it's amazing, and one of the reasons why Beast is such a good character on the X-Men team is because of that. She already does massive damage on her own, but with that offense up coming from Beast or coming from the Ultron bots is just amazing. So yeah, I usually try to focus on the characters that cause most problems, and the characters that attack multiple targets. In this case, we have Magneto that applies blinds to us. We have Strife. Strife is really strong on Dark Dimension 3, applies ability block, and most of the times it kills you, rarely you survive. Namor is also very painful on Dark Dimension 3. His ultimate attacks everyone, and his special attacks up to 5 characters or 6, attacks the primary target and the adjacent targets, and that's always 2 or 3 targets, depends if you have bots or not. But yeah, it's quite painful because special is on a 3-turn cooldown. Unfortunately, our Phoenix died a little bit way too early on this attack. Otherwise, it would have been a little bit better. And yeah, you always want to try to attack those characters that attack multiple targets. Killmonger is okay, but the fact that he heals himself, it's always a pain in the ass. I'm not sure if that ability is activated on Dark Dimension 3. If you guys don't know, some abilities are not activated for Dark Dimension 3, like the healing from Deadpool. It works on Dark Dimension 2, but on Dark Dimension 3, Scopely or Foxnex was kind enough to don't create that nightmare to us. And as you see now, even that this is the same attack on the third day, I'm using Phoenix twice. And if you ask me, is it worth it to spend the 50 cores on her? If you can use her on 2 teams, yes, it's definitely worth it. The fact that you do one more special and so on, and the situation I had of having Scientist Supreme, Sif, and the Black Bolt, it was quite nice, because thanks to that, Black Bolt would always have the offense up, defense up, and so on. So that would be more damage that we'd be able to do. And as you can see, Phoenix also got offense up. So it was a great combo. So not only we have the combo of Symbiote Spider-Man, Hela, and Magneto, we also had Black Bolt, Sif, and the Scientist Supreme, plus Phoenix, always giving offense up to Phoenix and Black Bolt, that increasing a lot our damage output. Now, in some situations, it feels like if you change the positions of the characters a little bit, sometimes you are more lucky, or you are attacked based on positioning or something like that. It's just superstitious, but I don't know, sometimes you just have to try whatever is possible to make it work. And it was one of these situations, and that's why I was not using Scientist Supreme here. It was because they were attacking with so many cooldowns that she would die right away and not be useful. So sometimes you just want to keep one character by itself to do a single attack just to waste cooldowns. Otherwise, you'll not even be able to do damage. But 4 million, not bad. Not the best, but definitely not bad. At least we are finally away from those tries where we do only 1 million or less. Oh, it's so painful. And imagine, like, every 2 attacks is 1 day. So in total, we did 16 attacks or 15. So that's 7 days, which was not terrible. In front on the Cosmic nodes, it was way worse. And on the City nodes, it was way worse. Everything changed as soon as I unlocked Venom. Venom was so useful. And yeah, when you are doing something like this, and especially when you use Ultron, you want to make sure that you will use the bots and they will not go to waste. It's very important to do that, and that's why I have the combination of Hela, Symbiote Spider-Man, and Magneto. It's 1 or 2 extra turns that you'll have on your characters that will allow you to summon the bots and then prepare everything so Phoenix can do whatever she can. Attack number 8. So this was the 3rd attack of the day. It was just to waste cooldowns. Like I didn't have time to do anything, but at least we wasted the ultimate from Strife, which that is very useful already. So nothing to complain about. Attack number 9. Only 3 million damage. It was so painful when we had double Strife, and I played around with the luck, but unfortunately they will always end up attacking Scientist Supreme, and then you are not you don't have enough time to flip everything around, and especially because, as you see, she didn't have the cooldowns ready. But yeah, like, not terrible, could be better. We are definitely going to improve on the second run. I'm already on the second run, but I think I'm going to complete it so I can get the 5 red stars on Ultimus, and then I will do a 3rd run and it will count as a second run. because I really want to get those red stars on Ultimus so we can make videos about him, because many people think that character is not great, and I want to change that because I think that character is great, and I'm investing T4s on him, and I'll try to get him to gear tier 14 to show how much I believe he is good. It just depends on the team he's on. Okay, so here we go, 6 million damage with our main team. We have a few big targets that we need to attack. We have double Namor, Pyro, and Strife, and we also have to deal with Merc Lieutenant because he does that speed up and offense up, and that's always a problem. But yeah, 28 enemies left. It's one of those things. When you do it the first time, it feels like a nightmare, but when it's over, then you kind of miss it. You kind of miss Dark Dimension. I really missed the Dark Dimension 2 because I completed it so fast. It was just 2 days on the first run, and Dark Dimension 3 it was 100 days or something. And then when it was over, I was like, no, I'm gonna miss this. But yeah, like, we have Hawkeye over there. Good thing is not the new Hawkeye, because the new Hawkeye is very strong. And as you can see, like, I'm saving the cooldowns. That's why we are doing only 6 million damage. Like, with all the cooldowns, we should always be able to do 10 million damage or something like that. You always want the blind, you always want the special with the symbiote Spider-Man, you always want the ultimate with Hela. Make sure you can get as many Greg's dead as possible. So Magneto is ready, Ultron is ready, so you just need Hela and symbiote Spider-Man. He has almost his ultimate, which is very important as well. We can extend the stun, we just cannot spread it. That would be way too powerful. But even extending it, it could be considered quite overpowered. And now we have another 2 strifes, so we can expect next turn to get ultimate on the face. And that's why we have 2 teams. One can be used as a burner, and the other one used as main team. One ultimate done. And another thing about the Strife on Dark Dimension 3 is that he goes so fast. Like, as soon as he spawns, he gets 50% turn meter. That's just crazy. Okay, we are halfway done. 30 million. Attack number 11 with those double strifes. Oh, they're gone. Okay, that's nice. Dark Dimension 3 being very helpful. But yeah, if we don't have to deal with them now, we have to deal with them later. So as soon as someone drops dead, they will come right after. And even though this team is okay, of course, Black Bolt doesn't do much. He has no way of having constant source of energy. He is nice together with Phoenix because of the defense down. The same goes for him with the Scientist Supreme. But overall, I think there are better characters, especially now with Ebony Maw. And if you bring Minerva, it's going to be another character that you can always rely to give that 15% damage. And another character that I found very useful and that I'm using for the second run is Star-Lord, because just him spawning and granting energy to one of 2 characters or something like that, that's going to be extremely useful. If you have him paired up with Minerva or with Ebony Maw or with both, that's going to be massive amount of damage. So as you can see, now we have full cooldowns and the damage increased by a lot, from 6 million to 14 million on the 12th attack. That's going to be amazing. That's half of what we had left. So then we'll have another 14 to 16 million left. and we'll be done with one of the most painful nodes. Like, everyone complains about this node, is one of the hardest, because yeah, Strife just destroys you, attacking so many characters with his ultimate, and always having turn meter, always giving energy to other marauders. I'm not sure if he gives energy to himself if there are two of them at the same time. I think he does, but I don't remember very well, and we can see from the footage if we pay attention, but not what I'm doing right now. And Mordo, oh my god, Mordo is always so painful. These nodes are not easy, but on a second run, if you want to exploit the fact that you have a Kingpin, and you can use him to summon minions and then use the minions with Thanos to get more energy for Minerva and Ebonimo and so on. That's something that you can exploit. It's not always easy, especially in a node like this where there is so much burst damage from different characters. Pyro, Ebonimo, Pyro, Namor, Strife. So while might not be one of the easiest things to do, it's still possible. You just need to practice and test your luck, and pray to RN Jesus that you are lucky enough to make those combos. On Dark Dimension 2, that was something that you could easily exploit, the nodes that had summoning characters, and that was something I used. That's why I used Thanos on my first run, because the amount of energy he gives is just very useful. Okay, so we are having some problems with Phoenix. She's not healing up, and we need that. But for it, we need her special. Unfortunately, her special only heals herself, but she applies regeneration to everyone else, so it's not terrible. So some people say, oh, is it good to have red stars on Phoenix? Obviously, the fact that she applies regeneration to everyone else, that's going to help a lot, because they will heal up based on her stats, and she's a legendary character, so she has legendary stats, and that will increase her healing by a lot, on top of all the damage she does with her basic, with her passive, with her ultimate, with her special. The special not so much, it's a fixed amount, but still, as you saw, she just healed to the max. As far as I remember, it bypasses heal block, so another reason to use it. But yeah. And when you are in a situation like this, where you can use strategy and the nodes last more than just a few seconds, it's quite enjoyable to do Dark Dimension 2 or 3. I just find it enjoyable. You just have to pay a lot of attention to what you're doing, pay attention to your cooldowns, and in a situation like now that you see that you're almost dying, get ready for the next node and just save your cooldowns. Like now I have the blind with Magneto. Of course I could use it, but I can also save it for next turn, so I can do a lot of damage again. And when you are using Phoenix, make sure with their basic you always focus the place where it has more characters that you can attack at the same time, so you do the maximum damage on that specific try. So yeah, we are almost done here. 3 million damage on this try. One strife almost going away. I'm not sure exactly why I didn't do the Phoenix special, but she died anyway. I guess it was just an option to play around with the RNG, so I could use so I could waste the cooldowns and then use the special and the ultimate, and I guess it worked, because that's exactly what happened. And behind these attempts, for example, the 13 attack, it had like 4 or 5 or 6 or sometimes 10 attempts just to get the perfect RNG. I'm not a person that really focus on getting that perfect RNG, but I like to get at least decent RNG. So a few tries, like 4, 5, 6, that's good. Beyond that, sometimes you waste more times getting the perfect RNG over getting done with the node. So that's something you have to consider, like focus on this or focus on getting the RNG. 1 hour getting the perfect RNG, and then 1 minute playing the node. 14 attack, 9 million damage. Let's go. We are almost done here. We have Magneto blind. We can spread it. The Magneto is also blind, so we are going to use it, even that most of the characters are almost dead. But especially blinding Pyro is just amazing. It's so useful. He has so many annoying abilities, and even his basic does massive damage. It attacks multiple targets and applies bleed. So the bleed is the damage from the normal attack plus the damage of the bleed, that is like piercing damage, so quite painful. So when you see a Pyro, try to get rid of him as fast as possible. And on top of all that, whenever you attack him, he gets speed up. Can you be less annoying? But it's only the enemy Pyros, because mine, when I use him, he dies so fast because he's made of paper, of course. But yeah, blinding Killmonger is also very useful, so he doesn't use his ultimate. Here I decided to stun Strife because I thought he was going to do his ultimate, and if I would allow him to do that, I would just get destroyed. Now I decided to bring the bots once again so I can turn rewind Strife and Namor, so he can do a little bit more damage with Phoenix. We can get all the energy thanks to that Pyro that was extremely low. So it's all those things that you have to consider in Dark Dimension 3. Not only you are facing always multiple enemies, always more than 4, up to 10 many times, but focus on those small things. Now, should I do the bots or not? I decided to go for the basic. It was way too dangerous to go for the bots once again. Even that symbiote Spider-Man can heal himself and so on, but he doesn't have defense up. We have only a few characters with blinds, so it was a huge risk, and I decided not to do it. Even that we are so close, and maybe if I would have summoned the bots, I could have ended it here, but still is too risky, and sometimes it's just not worth it. Just wait for the next one and then finish it. The stun with symbiote Spider-Man, like I can use it to do more damage, but it's like I said, you are wasting big cooldowns in order to do a little bit more damage, but on the second run is going to hurt you. Okay, so this is the last attack number 15, 6 million damage. We are using Scientist Supreme, Sif, and Black Bolt, so we don't have to use the main team. Even that this will be the last node of the free-for-all nodes after we have the global ones. So here I have the ultimate, but I don't have offense up, I have offense down, so yikes. And I was lucky enough for Sif to get revived by Scientist Supreme. It was quite nice. Phoenix with offense up, doing massive amounts of damage, and now Black Bolt also doing okay damage. And then yeah, like Phoenix with offense up is just amazing. Her basic does so much damage, is incredible. Attacking so many targets is just on a basic. And it has a nice multiplier. It's not only the amount of targets she can attack, is also the fact that she has a good multiplier. And yeah, look at that. Then the special to finish it, and look at that victory pose. Amazing. So yeah guys, that was the node number 4 of Dark Dimension 3 of my first run. Then we are going to do the global nodes. I completely forgot I had these videos in a folder, And then yeah, I forgot about it. And back then I was in school at this time, so it's not like I had the most time to do this type of videos. They usually take a very long time to edit and so on. But yeah, I'm gonna continue this series and then I'll continue the other one for the second run. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this walkthrough to node number 4 of Dark Dimension 3 first run. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button, like a boss. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.